Hey guys, good morning. You start recording with Choral Works SATB Silent Night. I'm going to teach my daughter JAZZLEE the alto part. So this is just a study um, and how you could have a productive study in a very short time. Like if you want to learn your music quickly, uh, this is what I think uh, most people do, or most choral conductors do, um, mentoring a singer. And we'll start with the alto line. She'll be studying the alto line. All right, this is Silent Night. It goes like slow mood, and just set up the music, just listen to the music first, and then later on we will study the music, right? I might make mistake along the way. Doesn't matter. Some accents I didn't do. That's the line. So you can hear still the melodic line. That's the four parts. First, you listen to the music before you sing your song, so you'll have idea on how it goes. So I'm playing the four parts. So that's the first line of this music, and the next thing that we would like to see, because she will be doing the alto line, we will focus on the alto line. The next thing that we would like to see in this music is the another melodic line. You don't say just the alto part, but another melodic line against the main melody line, and this is the alto part, right? Okay, the first one is you have to analyze your music first, and you have to look for the patterns where that can guide you on how you'll be able to learn this quickly. So the first one is uh, go with your scale. This is in B flat. So you play your scale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So you listen to this. Right? So that's the scale. And if you can go with the scales of your music, then it will become easier for you to study your online. Right? Start with the alto line. The pattern, the first pattern is like just a repeated notes. The third note, right? So go. And then the next that you will see is the fourth note, the fifth note, the sixth note. All right, so remember that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you go. Um, just I will play the line, and then you hum the. You
Just
don't.
hum?
Yeah,
No
just
words?
hum. You know words.
Okay.
Yes. Right. 1, 3. Right. Fourth again. Go to 6. Fourth, third note. To the third note again. Fourth. To 1. Fourth. Fifth. Okay. 6. Go low. 4. Stay. 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, so now let's go to the pattern of the melodic line. So alto line, alto melodic line. The first line is silent night, holy night, and then the second pattern goes all is calm, all is bright. You will always hear that line along the way. So be able to get that in mind. You gotta go to the port of the scale. All is calm, all is. All right. You will hear that pattern again as you go along the way. Okay. Another one is this. You go on the port of the scale. Round, go to the 6. Round your virgin mother and child. So you go port to the 6. Go down to the port again. Third. And it's getting down. Port to the second, to the third, second, and go back to the third. So. Right here, you got to stay on the second beat right there. You don't go with the melodic lines. So you go. Round your virgin mother. See that? So you don't go with the melodic rhythm. Okay. Yeah, the soprano line, right? And then, now look at this. It is the same melody. It is the same melodic line. Only that the second part is different. So you go. Go to the 6. That's the difference. So the first one, mother and child. You go to the third. The next one is mother and my. Go to the first. All right. So as you continue with that, you will recognize the pattern of your alto melodic line. Okay. So be familiar with that. Again, repeat from measure 31. So you go measure 31, goes like this. And go up to the port, to the second. This it is this one is a very familiar melodic line. So you go sleeping heavily, 1, 3, 4, 5. So you go sing to your mind. That's a pattern. You got 1, 3, 4, 5, 1, 3, 4, 5. So it is very much easy for you to study your music if you have some kind of pattern in mind that is quite very familiar to you. So you go on the port, start on the port, sleep in Okay, so the last pattern will go with fourth to the second, and you can hear the harmony. Go to the sixth here. Okay, we call this in our theory deceptive cadence or deceptive ending. So be familiar with that deceptive ending. You don't go to your one, you go to the deceptive sixth chord, and you can listen to the harmony, and that will help you really sing better your line. Okay, as alto singer. So you go. Five. Go to the six again. Four. Go to the six. Deceptive. One. And there you go. So you enter your final cadence or final ending of that one. Temporary final ending. All right, so that's the first part. That's the first part. Now the second part is this goes with the four-part writing here now, separate stubs, and we'll go with the pattern again. Still analyze the pattern of your music. Okay, so the first one goes silent night, and you will hear every time you will hear that kind of the same pattern in some of the parts of your music here. So we go to the second part, and it goes like so. Now, as you study, also be able to integrate some of the
louder and the
some music science here, and you have to understand that as basic of your music. So you got some kind of slurry here, meaning connected, right? Silent night, and you got to break also your, because it's
when the arrow is pointing that way, is that smaller voice or louder? You have to go crescendo, louder.
Louder, softer,
Right.
louder,
So
softer.
it goes
Right.
silent night.
Yeah. Silent night. It goes like that. Yeah, it goes back. Silent night, holy night, Son of God, love you.
That's the same as peace.
Yeah, same as that. Now, because it is somewhat like a little bit of contrapuntal music, meaning it is melody against melody, and you have to really stand on your line, right? Stand strong on your line. So what happened here is that using this kind of melody is a little bit tricky for the singer, but understanding your patterns will help you a lot, right? So you go. So you will always hear that. This one. So What you're hearing is that contrast, and you got to be familiar with that, okay? Because the composer or the arranger of this music is doing some kind of contrast of melodic line. It will build up interest to the harmony of the music. That's why we, as arranger of music, are doing that. So break the boredom, right? Contrast creates beauty. So that's why there are contrasts on dynamics, there are contrasts on melodic line, and this is how it goes. So first one is,
Count me in.
and then contrast. Look at this scale. You will hear that again.
1, 2, 3, 5.
Yeah, no, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3. Right? So you go scale up. Stay down. 7, 1, 2. So learn to work on your scales. So starting from this, so you go back and you know where to start, right? So start now, scale. Go down to the peep again. Down, up.
Because all the us into the width should be one breath,
but
right?
there is a break there for your
You can
breathing.
breathe.
You can catch your breath there. That's why it is
dotted.
break the dots
Okay.
so you can cut your breath there. So you go. Again, another tips is that whenever you start another line, go from the part of the last line so that when you work it back again, you can connect it. Because if you don't, you will not be able to connect it. So always go with the last line, or maybe 2 bar, 1 bar of your music. Go to that last line and connect your another starting phrase of your music, right? So now scale up, down, then peep, go up again, stay, go up, 1, 4, 2, 1. So remember again this line. You remember again. Say 1, 3, 4, 5. So I told you, you will always hear some parts of the music here with that kind of pattern, right? The composer intentionally do that too, the arranger. And then you heard this already. Jesus Lord. Go to the 6th, right? Go down from 3rd, scale down to the 1st, and drop down to the 6th of the scale. So Jesus Lord. And you heard that again. Where is that? Where is that? Right here. Right here, right? Sleep in heavenly peace. Same thing. Jesus, Lord, all thy birth. Only there is a variation there.
Longer.
Yeah, because it is a tied note. It goes like, yeah, so Jesus, no, Jesus, Lord, tied. Jesus, Yeah, go with the melodic line now. So, but you have to connect this. So, in order for us to connect the next line, you have to go back to the last line of this praise. So you go.
Measure.
Jesus, go. Scale up.
Sorry. Can you go again?
So you go. Measure 83. So you go. Measure 83. You start with the third note again, and do the scale. So no. You know this? All right. So build up your idea of your familiar patterns of your music. So go. Start with that third.
Can you jump to the E? What's the G?
It goes 6 to the 4. Right? So yeah. Be careful also with your note values, because your note value will lead you to an easier access to your melodic pattern. So it goes. Yes. Keep the pitch always. Always keep the pitch. Three. So that's melodic line, right? So you go melodic line now.
What's the pitch there? The B?
Okay, before you go to that, because you have to work on also on the gray area of your music. Before you go to that, settle first with your part that you are studying here, before you go to another section of your music. So let's finish this one.
Okay.
Like so go back to 79, bar 79. So you go. Start from here. Jesus, Lord at thy birth. Go. Okay, that's easy, right? That's easy. Silent Night, Holy Night, that's the melodic line. Okay, so wonders are so it's easy right there, but the next one. You're the lower one, Alto 2.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the gray area for your music here now as alto. So you start with very simple. Silent night, holy night, wondrous star. There.
Or what's the B? What's the B, C, D?
Okay, now right here, you are now going to work on your patterns of scale patterns. So you go. Wondrous stars land. Start here. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 1.
Can we go again? Wonder Star.
Yeah, Wonder Star, Wonder Stars, and then light within angels let us
sing
You see that?
Where are we? Sing Hallelujah.
Yeah, right here. Okay. Gray area.
Wonder
How will you break through the gray area of your music? Now, with the gray area of your music, you have to again be very careful studying your gray areas. Look for your musical ideas that can help you better, right? How are we going to do this? So that part only. So right here you got three note patterns, and you have to work on this scale patterns of three notes. So it goes like this. You start with your main key, B flat. That's your one, and it is a three note step music. So it is a pattern like, okay. So better to be able to read your music if you can read it. If not, then you have to listen to your pattern like one. That's three note pattern. The next pattern is goes to the sixth. So that part only. You repeat that first pattern. Six. That part only. Okay? So you go. Try again. No. Start on the first note. Sing. Go to the sixth. Alright, now it goes to the second note. Okay, see that leading tone there? So you go 5. So you listen to this you listen to your harmonic line there, and as you go with your harmonic line, it goes the 5 chord of your key of your music. So it goes with that harmony, and you got to listen to the harmony of your music to be able to do this. All right, so you go first. If you can listen to that, then it will become easier to you, right? 3 note pattern. 6.
Can we go from 91 and then sing it through? So I can see the
Yeah. We will go back. Not really, because that's easy. You just go with
the
maybe
transition.
the transition there. Let's do it from 95 and then go with that transition there. But first thing is this: you have to work on this note pattern or scale pattern of your music first. So you go. Right there. So the melody sink in already.
I need to know what the difference is when you jump from land die and then.
Oh, because you are on your melodic line, so it's easy for you to jump into the next phrase there,
Okay.
because you are on the melodic line. The only thing is that when you jump into your next praise of your music, you got to go like, oh, this is my pattern now, and you have the pattern of your melody, 3 note step, and you got to go with consider also your harmonic line. So you go, uh, which is it goes with the G minor there, and you go with your melodic line, 3 note step, starting from your note 1, and then your note 6, fifth, that's your leading tone. Okay, now start with bar 95, 1. Okay. Again, when you're studying your line, your parts, always remind yourself, I have to keep singing on tone, because you'll be singing with other singers, and you don't go platted or sharp in your music, because this is a choral work. Very sensitive thing to sing. If you would like to sing better, always remember that. Most of the great singers, solo singers, are came from, choral work singers, singing experience, and if they do that, then they go with the solo singing. It helps a lot. And in choral singing, most of the conductors are very meticulous in, you know, in pitch and dynamics. Everything is very meticulous studies of music. Um, so always keep your tone, right? Even if you are just practicing, right? Keep your tone, right? Start with the bar 95. You go silent night, holy night. With all of the easy one, you just go silent night, holy night. Okay, with that. But when you enter and you practice your difficult part, like here, as you are cueing yourself, you go in tone like. Under stars, see that? See that?
See, I don't know the jump. I don't
This
know.
this little. So, wonder stars go on. You just go back. You just go back to your, because this is leading tone. Remember that. Okay. Wonder stars land down. Okay, that's the blind spot there. So, wonder stars land Okay, so that's your blind area, and you need to work on that line. Okay, so see this? You repeat again. Jump to the sixth again. So right here, it is a repetition of the pattern there. So you go. That's why I told you to work on your patterns, because when you see it in your music, you'll be easy to remember them. So go. Night with the angels, start again, same thing. Remember, this pattern is like a pattern of your silent night. Look at this. It's like, remember that trio. So you go. It's a trill, so. Remember this? So remember that trill. King Christ the Savior. Eto na naman. Okay, always remember, there are patterns. How many times you repeat that patterns already? 3 times? 4 times? Right? So whenever you see that note, it goes like that. And then, how many times you listen to this pattern? Now, this is 5/4.
What's the counting there?
So you go. It is divide your counting like 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. Because it's 5/4, right? So it's easy for you to count like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. Alright? It's easier rather than count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. It works, but it's very much easy to divide your counting like that. Sometimes your note will tell you the division of compound counting. Like you got compound counting, so you got quarter and 8 note there, and then followed by half note plus a rest. So for me, it's easier to count like 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. Precise.
What's the eighth note there? Can
So
you sing that?
1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 1. So you got a slur there. Pitch. Yeah.
Again?
One, two, and three.
How do you transition
One,
from the 3, 4
two,
to 5,
and
4?
3. Ta-dun. 1, 2, and 3. Alright? 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. Right. Christ the Savior. Christ the Savior is. Savior is. Right. Christ the Savior is.
Christ the Savior is.
You got to
there's
cut your voice there.
rest,
Rest.
yeah.
Always.
Christ
Yeah, always
the
consider the rest notes there, because all of you will rest there all together, right? Christ the Savior is. 3, 1, 2, 3. Final note. All right. With that, after you do that, you will go backwards now. So you run through your music. But now, as you study it along, you have to go backward study. Alright? So the backward studies is that you take your music part by part from the last part of your music until the first one. Because you will not be able to remember what you've done this time. But if you go backward studies, you will be able to remember everything in your music. So with your music, it's like if you have seen, if you have watched the movie of Mozart, he talks backward in that movie, and he said, well, you have to learn your music also backward and talk backwards, because music is forward, backward, forward, and something like that. And in all his music, there are lots of variations like, you know, forward, backward. Sometimes he's doing melodic line and then he switches and backward his music. And so that's genius with the composer. Wow, it's like uh, we haven't learned really talking backward, but you have to learn it in your music. It's like, you know, when you are working on your music, it's like a language that can be sung or play backwards, and it's a play on words or it's a play on melodic line, forward, backwards. It can build contrast. That's why most of the music of Mozart are exciting. You won't feel bored because it's got a lot of ideas of how to variate music, how to contrast its own music. All right, so this time you got to start from the last part and then work backward in your music, right? So this is how many bars? 114 for you singers, 115 for your singers. Divide your music. You have to mark out your praises of your music and your section of your music and go backward in your studies. So the last part goes now. Christ the Savior, Savior is, Savior is. Go down. Christ the Savior is. No, that's the slur.
Going down, right?
Savior is. Yeah.
Savior is. Christ the Savior is born.
Okay. Christ the Savior is. And while you are studying your music, apply now your dynamics and how you will attack your music. Like the rest there is a purposive rest there so that you can attack this. And look at that. The dynamic mark is P, means soft. But soft that can be heard right at the back of the audience. So how will you do that? You are singing soft tones like you are whispering to the person at the back. So you go like Christ the Savior is born. Yeah, you whisper to the person at the back seat, but softly. You whisper from afar. And your music will travel down at the back side. So try again that last part. Christ. You see that slur? Christ. And then you have to you have to cut that connection there and attack the Savior is. Okay, you got to have that clarity of right. Christ the Savior is. Alright, so that one. So that's the last part. Now you go back to your music and you'll find out you'll find the another section of your music
From Wondrous.
Yeah, from Wondrous, but it is very long. So you cut it from this line. Okay, study this line. The next praise of your music. Christ the Savior is born. That's the lyrics, and you go like again. Start from the last part of your praise there. You go. with that. Go back again. Bar 102. Okay? We are using. Remember that pattern?
It's hard to come in with one. Can we count?
Yeah.
Count
Yeah,
me
because
in.
when you're studying alone, you don't have to cut. But if you're studying with others, you count, right? So let's start. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, sorry, that's a dotted quarter note.
Yeah, just take the dot there.
Okay.
Dotted quarter and 8. So you go 1, 2, 3. No, keep the pitch. Sing, right? Sing. That's your scale. Sing. 1, 2, and. Can you sing it with the harmonic lines? Let's see. 1, 2, and. Keep the pitch. Sing.
Play that beat pattern.
Sing. Yeah. Building up there. Ready? 1, 2, and. Got to be clear there.
Oh, the counting is.
Christ the Savior is.
Christ the
Savior is. Alright? Got the idea now? Now, repeat it one more time and we're done with this part. Alright? Get the beats. Right? 1, 2, yeah.
The quarter.
Yeah.
Sir.
Take it one more time. Ready? 1, 2, and. Always. Savior is, Savior is. Christ the Savior is. Yeah, you also forget that you have to blow it out, whispering out to the back seat. Yeah, all the time. Okay, just one more time. With the whisper, ready? 1, 2, and. Remember this.
It was from transition.
See that? Yeah. That's the inverted, right? That's the inverted trio, right? Remember this inverted trio because up, down, down, up, right? Okay? you have to also go with the slurring here. You that? Okay, try it again. One more time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oops, pitch. Be precise with the pitch there.
Am I supposed to do head voice from the B? Because I keep switching
you have
B
to,
and then I do head voice
you have
on
to switch
C.
the head voice on that
All
one.
from B pala.
All head voice there. Clear it. Christ the Savior is. Be clear with your praising there. Christ the Savior is. Okay, so that line. Now you go back to your the next pattern is right similar pattern on the next part, right, or the previous part of this phrase, right? So you go with a simple silent night, holy night. So you connect that. You will not finish that. You don't have to finish that because you already work on that line, right? The purpose of this going backward is that you will be able to connect your music better, right? And remember what's next, what's coming next, all right? Because when you're singing, you anticipate what will come next. You don't just stay on your part on your time right there, all right? So that's the idea. Work backward with your music. Yeah, so you'll be able to work at that line, right?
Let's go through the whole piece just once.
Really?
Just try. I have an appointment in 10 minutes. Okay.
All right. To breathe. My music is not breathing.
Wait, I don't know which part we're on.
Okay, so go.
What's the bar before that?
The bar before that is this. Because I have poco retardando here and then I go back to the tempo, I forgot also that one. So I go to the tempo again. I will guide you. Fourth. it's okay. It's okay.
Good
But
first day.
that's how you work on your music. All right.
Stop recording.
Yeah. So this is the piece Silent Night. Um, it is arranged by Dan Forrest. Um, this is the music that they are studying and working out in school. Maybe they are going to present this in Christmas season, Christmas time. So I will just play a little bit of the Silent Night, and this is the first time that I saw this arrangement though, and not very familiar with this arrangement yet. Um, and sometimes I'm still really missing many notes here, but just want to play this again one more time for you to have this idea of the arrangement of the Silent Night.